Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Good night, good night, good night. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I am glad to be on tonight. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I know that this is a special day for some, a certain holiday for others, where people just say, I don't worry about it. But I am glad for whoever wants to join me today. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to everyone who's coming in. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. This is going to be a short one, not the usual 2 hour live that we're going to do. We're going to do about just about an hour because I have, you know, things that I would like to do, and tonight is a special night. So I'm just going to share my time with you guys and be able to, get things situated. As you guys come in, please like the video. Really appreciate each and everybody who comes in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This week, it's a lot of crazy things happen this week with Mayor Adams, especially in New York, with Mayor Adams. He might have the charges dropped by the DOJ. And some people are saying that that is going to cause him to have to be a lackey for President Trump. But hey, if he wins, if he wins the mayorship and become mayor again, it is what it is. All right. If they help him win, then he should work with the president. All right. Just because the president is a Republican doesn't mean that Democrats shouldn't work with him. All right. We need to be able to work together and so that we can be able to get things situated in the city. Then, of course, I want to talk about a Valentine's Day school shooting plot that was thwarted by the police. Some people are just crazy out here, because they may not have somebody to share Valentine's Day with. They feel that nobody should be happy, but that plot was thwarted, and I'm happy. I'm happy to report on that. And I'm going to quickly report on something that happened in a safari in Africa, where a grandmother was killed by a hippo. And it was a sad story. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk a little bit about it. We have to really be careful on where we go in the world. And we also have to understand that wild animals are wild. So we just don't be like, oh, that's a hippo, and think that everything is supposed to be sweet. No, a hippo can kill you. Okay. I think they said that more hippos kill human beings than any animal, any land animal. So you got to be very careful. So those are the three things I want to talk about. And of course, I want to have the viewer takeover time where you guys can send me articles. I have plenty of subscribers who have sent me articles. I really appreciate them. And I can quickly go over a few before I get ready to close it off. So without further ado, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Yes, Kai, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you, thank you. Yes, that the hippo story is crazy. It's crazy. I feel sorry for the grandmother who passed, but it's just wild. How is everything with you, Kai? How are you feeling? How was your week? I hope all is well with everybody. It's it's this week has been it's been crazy for me. I've been taking care of my aunt and everything, and she's 95, you guys know, and she's bedridden, and it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, and I've been pretty much pulling like double shifts and stuff like that. I go in the morning and then I go at night, so it might be times where I might not even be able to do any lives because having to take care of her and then my grandmother and everything is just crazy. I understand that babysitting and cooking. I hear that. I hear that. I cooked tonight. My mom made some meatballs. This was about a few weeks ago. And I really love her meatballs. So what I do is I will take a whole bunch. She'll probably make like about, let's say, 60 to maybe 100 meatballs. So I'll take a whole bunch and I'll put it in a bag and I'll stick it in the freezer. And I'll just take out a few at a time. So today I had some stewed meatballs with put some green peppers in it, and I made some shrimp on the side. So it was pretty good. It was a nice little combination where it had like almost like a shrimp meatball soup. So it was very, very good. Yeah, I try to take care of family. You know, we have to. My grandmother and my aunt used to always have this saying, once a man, twice a child. And I never understood it when I was younger, but now as I am an adult, I realize that you only become a child, you become a man one time. You're a child, then you become a man, and then if you live long enough, you gonna become a child. You're gonna need people to take care of you. Oh yeah, it was good. It was so good, so good. All I wish is that I had a nice cheesecake that I could have after the show, and like I have a nice little slice of cake. But you know, I'm trying to cut down on the calories, so I gotta do what I gotta do. But thank you guys for coming in. Really appreciate each and every one of you come in. Please like the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to start with some local news first. We're going to talk about King Adams. He, as they're saying that since the Justice Department wants to dismiss the case, there are a lot of attorneys who are retiring or they are resigning, and people are feeling that he is guilty. I personally feel that he's not, but let's hear what the newsfeed have to say, and then we can just chop it up. All right, let's get to it. All right, let me put on my earpiece so I can hear. I won't be able to hear anything if I don't have my earpiece on. All right, guys, let's get to it.
Mayor Eric Adams is pushing back after multiple federal prosecutors quit instead of following an order to drop the case against him. One of the nation's top
Let me get rid of this real quick.
Top prosecutors called the order breathtaking and dangerous, saying it looks like Adams is being rewarded for agreeing to help President Trump's immigration crackdown. Now Adams is denying any quid pro quo.
Think about my attorney, Alex Spira, one of the top trial attorneys in the country. Imagine him going inside saying that the only way Mayor Adams is going to assist in immigration, which I was calling for since 2022, right, is if you drop the charges. That's quid pro quo. That's a crime. They articulated exactly weaponization. When you looked at legroom turning into bribery because I asked for a governmental entity to do a building inspection.
Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky and ABC News legal contributor Kim Whaley are here with more on that. So, Aaron, we just saw Adams there sitting next to President Trump's border czar. So what are these prosecutors saying about their decision, and what do you make of the mayor's response?
Well, the prosecutors laid out their case in a series of memos to the Attorney General's office. Danielle Sassoon, who resigned her post as U.S. Attorney here in Manhattan, said that it seemed as if this was a quid pro quo, that in order to get his case dismissed, Adams would agree to help the Trump administration crack down on illegal immigration. And then there he was the next day sitting with Tom Homan, agreeing to open the city's jail complex, Rikers Island, to the presence of ICE agents and agreeing to insert NYPD officers onto more federal task forces that could be involved in the immigration crackdown. He says he is not a hostage to anyone, but prosecutors, before they resigned anyway, saw evidence of a quid pro quo in the directive to drop the case. Danielle Sassoon refused to do it.
Let's read what she had to say. This is her Sassoon resignation letter. It says it is a breathtaking and dangerous precedent to reward Adams' opportunistic and shifting commitments on immigration with dismissal of a criminal indictment. First of all, that's not what it is. All right. Our mayor has said countless times that he wants to work with ICE to be able to get rid of the criminals that has been terrorizing New York City. And those criminals, a lot of them were illegal immigrants. So if you as a mayor want to do right by the city, you should be able to work with the president. Now, under President Biden and Vice President Harris, it was like open borders. All right. They hardly did any deportations. Now with Trump coming in, we see that there are a lot more deportations, there are a lot more illegal criminals or illegal immigrants who are criminals that are being deported. Yes, you have some people who are swept up who may not be criminals and stuff like that. But if you are hanging out with a criminal and you get swept up, that's what it is, what it is. I don't see ICE going around taking up a lot of the people who are, let's say they're by the highways. When I be walking and I see a lot of them hanging out by the highways to get work, they're not sweeping up them, because those people are hardworking individuals trying to make a living. All right. The people who are there sweeping up are criminals. Let's be honest. And it doesn't matter where you're from. They're sweeping up people from Latin America. They're sweeping up people from the Caribbean, from the diaspora, from Jamaica. I did a video about that before. They're sweeping up people from all around the Caribbean. They're sweeping up people from Europe. They're not caring. So a lot of people, you're going to hear them say that, oh, they're only messing with Latinos and stuff like that. No, they're not. They are catching a lot of people and sending them back.
Kim, how significant is this move for some of the country's top prosecutors to resign rather than drop this case?
Well, the last time we saw this prominently was this famous Saturday Night Massacre under the Nixon administration. And the letter that Emile Beauvais wrote to Ms. Sassoon when she suggested her resignation is really breathtaking in terms of how he frames the role of prosecutors now under the Justice Department. He charges her with insubordination. He says that under the Constitution, that it's her job to implement the political will of the president, not necessarily to uphold the Constitution. This is a significant shift in how the Justice Department is going to operate. That is, it's based on loyalty to one man, not necessarily loyalty to the Constitution and the rule of law, which is why I think someone like her would take that step. She clerked for Justice Scalia. She was appointed by Donald Trump in this acting position. She's a member of the Federalist Society. This is not sort of a Democrat or a left-wing person. And let's keep in mind, Eric Adams himself is a Democrat. So to suggest it was a witch hunt along the lines of Biden getting after Republicans is just not consistent with the facts.
So, Aaron, federal prosecutors were actually preparing to bring more charges against Mayor Adams. What more can you tell us about that?
They were. In fact, they had been amassing evidence that the mayor may have tampered with some of the evidence or the witnesses in his case. I'm not sure that a superseding indictment was fully drawn up yet, but that was the direction the case was going. And a number of other associates of the mayor have either been investigated by the FBI, charged by various prosecutors' office. In fact, two of his associates have already pleaded guilty. And so where the U.S. attorney who just resigned said she saw evidence of guilt, some of that came directly from people associated with the mayor. But let's be clear, Diane, this case is going to be dismissed. The Justice Department will find a way, perhaps as soon as today. But this unprecedented turmoil comes as I think, a sign of maybe what's to come as the president and his administration try to gain more control over the Justice Department and even the sitting mayor of New York.
Kim, at this point, the criminal case against Adams still hasn't been dismissed. So what happens next?
Well, my understanding is it was transferred from New York, or to be transferred to the main justice, and then there will find, as Adam indicates, somebody to move to dismiss it. But under the criminal rules, federal criminal rules, the judge is going to have to agree to do that. And once it's actually been filed, expectations are the judge will do that, because the judge doesn't have any mechanism to continue the case. But we might hear some interesting points from the court, given the turmoil and the really disturbing nature of this proceeding.
Aaron Katersky, Kim Whaley, thank you both.
Well, here's how I look at it. If they want to dismiss the case, let them dismiss the case. I personally don't have any problems with Eric Adams. All right. He was Brooklyn Borough president before, in my opinion, did a good job, and he's doing a good job as mayor. All right. I feel that a lot of these charges came up when he decided to go against the previous administration when it came down to immigration, and said that he was not going to talk bad about then President-elect Donald Trump. Once he started to do that and they realized that they could not use him as a lackey, which really and truly didn't make any sense to even bring up these charges, because when it comes down to it, like in my opinion, I felt that they were false. But Harris won New York by an astounding amount. Okay. Yes, okay, she didn't win the popular vote. Of course, we know that now. She didn't win the popular vote or the electoral college because we're saying President Trump. But to bring this up on Mayor Adams, when you have so many other mayors who have done some crazy stuff, I just feel that if you don't play ball with some of these Democrats, these are the things that's going to happen. But I look at it now, I feel that I am glad that Eric Adams is going to be opening up Rikers Island to ICE. I hope that he opens up all the prisons to ICE, because if you are harboring a criminal, if it's a legal immigrant who committed a crime, that person needs to be sent back. All right. I feel they should be tried and go to jail, but they should go to jail in their country, not here. And then now we're using the tax dollars to feed them and house them. No, I don't got time for that. But I want to know what you guys think about this one. I feel that it's a good thing for Eric Adams, but only time will tell, and we'll see what happens with this. Well, let's get to the comment section to see how you guys feel about it. Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to tell Grand Miss about what I had. Meatballs and shrimp. He gonna get on me. Kenyatta, hi, how you doing? How's everything? Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I think he did last year. I feel that he really did bite off more than he could chew, especially with Biden and Harris. And I wouldn't even say it was Biden, because this came about as soon as, like, once Biden was forced out through a Democratic coup with Nancy Pelosi and all the other Democrats. Once Adams said that he wasn't going to play ball anymore, and he was thinking about New Yorkers and New Yorkers' safety, and that's when they came with these charges. And I read some of the charges. I was like, yo, this is BS. This is BS. Like, if first of all, America is for sale, and any person from around the world can buy anything in America. I'm like, if a Turkish organization buys a building and they're willing to pay a whole heap of money for that building and pay property taxes, which New York City property tax, when it comes to commercial buildings, is already high. So if they're going to pay all that, and those property taxes can go to help schools and funding schools and stuff like that. Hey, if I was mayor, I'd be like, hey, it is what it is. I'm cool. Shoot. Oh, yes, the Republicans saying, yes, Kenyatta, the Republicans that sent illegals to Democrat sanctuary states were brilliant. Well, here's the thing, and I personally feel this way. I feel that no city should be a sanctuary city. Okay, when it comes down to harboring illegals, I feel that if you come and you're working, cool. But if you commit crimes, there's no way that the police, that any police in that city or state should not work with ICE. They should be working with ICE so that we can get those criminals out of here. Now, the people who are doing their thing and they're working and stuff like that, I have no problem with that. But the problem I have is when you know that these people are criminals, when you know they commit some crazy crimes, like in New York State, we have, bail reform, where you got people who commit some crazy crimes and they're put back out there. That shouldn't happen. You should hold them and say, hey, listen, what's your immigration status? All right, cool. You're gonna stay right here. They're gonna come get you. I don't got time for that. No. But that's how I look at it. That's my opinion. If you guys feel different, you can let me know. But I think that there shouldn't be any sanctuary cities. I feel that we all need to work together as a country, because We have some people that come to this country who want to commit crime, who left their country committing crime, and now they're here doing the same thing, just like those gangs. I believe it's in Colorado. I believe it's Aurora or something like that. You have these gangs that's just causing trouble. But Trump is making sure that people know that, hey, this border czar, Tom Homan, Uncle Trump, Uncle J.D. Vance, they're coming for you. They're coming for you. And they're not playing in the games. They're not playing in the games. Hey, P65, how you doing? How you doing? Okay. Yes. The bad thing is when people are immigrants and they work hard and try, but a few bad apples spoil everything. Facts. Facts. Listen, so my grandfather came from Jamaica, right? Legally, all right? Came with a visa, worked hard, brought my grandmother over. That's on my mother's side. On my father's side, my grandfather came from Trinidad, did the same thing, right? Worked hard. Jobs that a lot of people did not want. My grandmother, when my grandfather came, he went to school. He went to, I believe it's Hostris Hospital. I know it's a school in the Bronx. It's a community college in the Bronx. I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's Hostess or something like that. I'm not sure with the name, but he went there and he got his associate's degree and became an X-ray technician. My grandmother worked for the telephone company. She got a job at the telephone company at the time. I believe it was called NYNEX. Then it went to Bell Atlantic. Then now it's called Verizon. So she worked there for 24 years. 24 years. They worked hard, bought a house in Brooklyn, and brought my mom up and had children. And of course, my mom must have saw my dad must have saw my mom on Fulton Street, and he was like, "Hey, you're looking good." And next thing you know, boom, they had me. So, and my other sibling and my brother and my sister, but still, my grandfather, both my grandfathers and my grandmothers on both my father's side and my mother's side worked hard in this country. They came legally. All right. I don't like it when people come illegally. You don't come through the port of entry. You come illegally, then you want to be put ahead of everybody else. All right. I have family in Jamaica that I'm trying to bring up, and it's just ridiculous that how long I have to wait, because you have people who come here illegally and just causing all this dang on chaos in the system. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Yes, Kyrie, it was beautiful. I am so thankful of my grandfather, both my grandfathers, my grandmothers. I'm thankful for them. That's why I take care of my family. All right. I don't mind taking care of my grandmother. I don't mind taking care of my aunt. They took care of me when I was younger. Okay. I don't mind that I have to do that. It's just something that I feel that we all would need to do someday, some form of fashion, to make sure that they're not in any nursing homes or anything. Yes, Kenyatta, a lot of immigrants are upset that people can come illegally and do nothing. Americans need help right now. We have to focus on our homeless, elderly children who don't get fed and vet. Facts. I agree with you 100%. Let's think about this right now. Let's focus on homeless. What happened in Detroit? A sad situation happened in Detroit where you had a mother with 4 children in a van with her 2 siblings. That right there, that's 7 plus her mother. 8 people in a van, and 2 of the children passed away through hypothermia. Sad situation, and we're worrying about illegal immigrants coming in. No, we need to focus on Americans. Now, one thing I don't agree with the Trump administration or Doge or Elon Musk, whatever trying to, I'm hearing people talking about that they might be getting away or trying to get away food stamps and Section 8. I do not agree with that. I feel that we need to have these programs because these are safety nets for people when they need it. Thank God that I never had to go on Section 8. But shoot, if they were to offer me, I would take it. I'd be like, hell yeah, I'll take it. Shoot. But to hear some of these people who are homeless, some of these families who are homeless, and you hear a situation like this, it's just sad. It's very, very sad. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Oh, yes, Jamaicans are hard workers. They stabilize many parts of the US and Canada. For real. For real. I'm Jamaican, Trinidadian. I was born here and stuff like that. But it's like it was bred in me to always have a job, one, and to always have two jobs. The most jobs I've had at one time was 4 jobs. I was I was working as a bus driver. And I went and worked in a school as a school aide for a couple of days. Then I worked in a mechanic shop for a little bit, and I was I was hustling, delivering newspapers from 3 to about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I was hustling. I was hustling. And I always understood that you gotta hustle out here and you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, that's right. I always called Jamaican. Because he had 3 jobs. Yes. Yeah, and you know what? That's a good thing. That's a good thing for real. For real. Okay. Yeah, it was sad. I felt sick about that because I am in Detroit and my daughter works for the mental health authority who opened the crisis center. We need to get the word out and help. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Kenyatta. I salute you. I salute your daughter for really being on the ground. It's crazy. I remember many moons ago when Detroit, it was like you guys were going through a lot of chaos with the real estate situation there, and you had, I believe that you had lost your mayor, then you had to have a manager come in or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, and stuff. But it's just a sad situation, very, very sad. But I'm glad to hear that Detroit is stepping up and coming up and being more prosperous as we continue to get on and go through things. Very, very happy for you guys. Very, very happy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to some quick national news where it was a school shooting that, thank God it didn't happen, but it was a school shooting plot that was foiled, and thank God they stopped it. So I want to just get to this, a quick story, and we are going to talk about it right now. So let's get to it. Oh, hold on. Let me get some Vaseline. Shout out to my mom who used to always say, "Kill, don't leave the house with your lips chapped." So shout out to Jamaican mother. They really know what to do. Let me get some water. All right. All right, guys, let's get to it.
Minneapolis say that they foiled a school shooting plot which was to be carried out today. The 18-year-old suspect allegedly claimed to plan that attack for a year in hopes of Parkland Part 2.
This morning, authorities in Indiana believe they've averted a Valentine's Day massacre at a local high school. Investigators claim Trinity Shockley was obsessed with past mass shooters and allegedly targeted Mooresville High School near Indianapolis for an attack today, possibly involving an AR-15 assault rifle.
It's very
Wow.
disturbing. I mean, we're a small community, we're a small department, and a lot of us, including myself, have family that go to Mooresville High School. To think that one of them could have been taken in this is very disturbing.
Court records show Shockley discussed buying a bulletproof vest, and police say when they searched Shockley's bedroom, they found a collage on the wall with a number of mass shooters, along with a heart
Wow.
locket necklace containing a picture of Nicholas Cruz, the 2018 school shooter in Parkland, Florida. Court records described Shockley as identifying as a transgender male, stating Shockley had sought help for mental illness and had been bullied.
We are still, continuing to pray because we still don't know answers.
Shockley made news back in 2022, unable to walk for days after getting hit by a drunk driver. A
Wow.
GoFundMe page shows $12,000 was raised to aid in Shockley's recovery, but now the 18-year-old is charged with conspiracy to commit murder and conspiracy to commit an act of terrorism after allegedly plotting the Valentine's Day school shooting.
The FBI received a tip on their Sandy Hook hotline and then contacted local police. Police
This is just crazy. This is just crazy. So she's a girl that considers herself a boy. Okay, all right. So the thing that really gets me is what in the world is going on with some of these kids? What's going on in their minds that would make them feel that this is the way they gotta go? Like, why did she feel that this is needed? Was she bullied? Did she like a girl that didn't like her or something like that? I just don't understand it. I'm glad that it was foiled, okay, that it didn't happen, because it would have been a terrible, terrible Valentine's Day. Could have been a Valentine's Day massacre, which we do not need in this country. It's too many school shootings that happen, and it's just ridiculous. But we need to make sure that we talk to our kids and really kind of seem to understand, because looking at the picture, she scares me. She scares me. See, me, I'm a punk. So I would run if I saw her coming. Okay, with her left eyebrow up like the Rock and the right eyebrow down and stuff like that. That's scary. That's scary. I don't got time for that. I really don't. But it's wild to see the things that's going on out here. And I just, like, I'll pray that these things don't happen, and I'm glad that it was foiled, so maybe they can question them and find out, like, what's the dealio? What's the reason why you feel that you have to, or would have wanted to do that, and would have gone out with it if it wasn't stopped? But shout out to the police there who stopped it. Shout out to the FBI. Shout out to anybody who gave tips to the hotlines that's there to stop these things. I really appreciate it. And just hopefully this individual can get some help and we can find out what's going on in their head, because it's just a crazy situation. But I want to hear from you guys. I want you to tell me what you feel about this one. This was a crazy situation. When I saw it, I said, okay, good. And nothing really happened, but I just wanted to bring it to you guys so that you guys know that our police force around the country is working hard, tirelessly, to stop things like this, so that we know that these things will not happen. But let me hear from you guys. Let me see what you guys have to say. All right, let's see. Huh. Yeah, Democrats condone all that foolishness. Yeah, true, true. Yes, Kai, why? Why do these cycles choose schools where children are? That's so cruel. I don't know. I have no idea why these psychopaths they choose to attack schools or other classmates and stuff like that. If you got problems with yourself, just take yourself out. Just take yourself out. It just doesn't make any sense. Mm. Lack of security, true, true. A lot of times, and they are starting to do this, where they're going to be putting cops with guns in the school. So you're going to have to get through that individual first. But it's just a sad, sad situation. Hopefully, that individual can get a lot of mental help. But they said that she got hit by a car. It's not easy to have to get through that, get hit. I believe they said it was a hit and run or something like that, where her legs was broken and stuff. So I just hope that she can get the mental help that she needs and stuff, and hopefully the parents work with her to be able to be there. One thing I'll tell parents: please talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. Talk to your kids. All right. You never know what's going on in your kids' lives. You gotta be there. You have to be there. I talk to my son all the time. He tells me everything, right? What's going on with him in his life. You know, my daughter, I talk to her all the time. She's a little bossy and stuff, and she's in a private school where it's a Christian school where they do their thing and stuff like that. So she's very, very smart. She tells me everything that goes on. So you got to be there in your kids' lives to make sure that they know that you care about them, that you love them, and that you'll always be there. Be nosy. Be nosy. All right. I used to when I was teaching, I used to tell my parents that, listen, you need to be nosy and find out what your kids are doing on that device. Find out what's going on in school. Be nosy. If you got to ask me, I'll tell you. And I used to tell my students, quick. I'm like, listen, your parents ask, I'm going to tell. I don't care. They be like, oh, you going to tell on us, Mr. Taylor? Yup. I'll tell on y'all in a heartbeat because I care about y'all and want y'all to be safe. And they respect it. They love me for it, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That's how you got to do it. Oh, yes. Yep. Kenyatta, yes, is making sense. Okay. It's surprising how many people do not teach their kids. Facts. It is surprising. It is surprising how many people do not teach their kids. It's very sad, too. Very sad. A lot of children are learning from the computer, learning from TV. It's crazy. But yeah, oh, yes. Okay, yes. Old school parenting indeed. Being nosy. We couldn't get anything past our parents. Couldn't get anything past our parents. Let me tell you a quick story. Right. So I was on. This is when I was younger. I was on the block, and we were having fun and something like that. And one of the neighbors had said something to me, and I said something slick back, and she was like, "Oh, you saying that? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell your mom." I was like, "No, you're not." So I ran home. As soon as I got inside, my mom, wham! I was like, "Oh, mommy, why you hit me?" "Oh, Miss Such and Such just called me saying that you was being disrespectful." I was like, "Dang, she beat me home." I said, "All right, cool. I ain't gonna be disrespectful." And my mom sent me back outside. Go apologize. So I had to go do the walk of shame and everything, and I had to apologize. I was like, "I'm sorry for what I said." That was when, neighborhood watch, and the old school people, they'll tell your parents quick. And they had their parents' phone number. They had the what they call the Rolodex, and they'll just find your number, and then they'll pick up the phone. There were no cell phones back then. Pick up the phone and dial, and then next thing you know, boom. I was like, oh man. I was like, no wonder, because my mom took a while to open the door, so she must have been on the phone. That's why she cladacked me over the head. But it is what it is, though. It is what it is. Oh yeah, some kids. That's crazy. Some kids lock their door. Yeah, you know what? Shoot, I wish. I wish my son would lock his door. I don't got time for that. Shoot, well, he can't lock his door because I changed the locks where his door don't have a lock. So I don't got time for that. Now I'll knock. I'll knock because he could be butt naked. I don't want to see that. So I'll knock on the door and be like, "Hey, you decent? Yeah, okay, all right, cool." And then I find out what's going on. Okay. It's understandable. I figured. I figured. Because when you said lick, I was like, I said, nah, that gotta be locked. I was like, that has to be locked. I was like, but you know what? Some of these kids, you never know. Yep. Yeah, true. When parents gave their children morality. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. For real. Like I used to, when I was a teacher, I used to have this thing. I used to do this thing called Wheel of Education and Wheel of Morality. I learned that from Animaniacs. Shout out to Animaniacs. So the Wheel of Education was when I would be, let's say, a math lesson or something, maybe a reading lesson. I would have be on the smart board. I would have the student press it, and I would say, wheel of education, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. And same thing with wheel of morality. Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn. And I would always, always have it where the kids will be able to teach each other. But when it came down to the wheel of morality, I would always have that after there was an incident with my students. Let's say it was one of the students were fighting outside or something, maybe with another class or something. I would always have that and teach my students a lesson by giving them the opportunity to speak and letting them know that their voices are heard. But of course, as a teacher, I have the final say and letting them know what they did wrong and how they can be able to learn from that. All right. Wow, my mom took off work to serve detention with me. Yeah, that never happened again. I hear that. Listen, if my mom had to take off work to serve detention, she probably would have whipped me in the school, and then all my friends would have looked and laughed. They would have pointed and stuff. So I'm glad that never happened. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yes, I definitely want more children. I definitely would like more children. I want one of the things that I want to do, and that's a very good question. Thank you for asking, Kai. One of the things that I want to do is I want to be able to have enough funds in my investments where I could spend the most time with my children. All right. I've seen parents who, when I was teaching, who dropped their kids off at 7 o'clock and didn't pick their kids up till 5, 6 o'clock. Their kids most of the time was in school. I never, never, never wanted to, I never wanted to be in a situation where my kids have to stay in school all day because I have to work. Nope, 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 nope. Didn't really want that, and I'm glad that I I am working towards making sure that doesn't happen. You know? Oh yeah. Oh yes. My mama wasn't playing at all. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go to the last news feed I want to talk about. This was the situation in a safari where a New Jersey woman was killed. It's a sad situation that happened, but this is why we have to make sure when we're going on any type of safaris or anything, please understand the animals that you're being around. She was killed by a hippo, and just have to understand that these animals are very, very dangerous. But excuse me, before I get to the news feed, let me get some more water. And as always, Grand Miss, if he was here, he would say, make sure you stay hydrated. So please, everybody, I have a nice cup of lemon water with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It is very, very refreshing. It's an acquired taste, but it's not disgusting. You just have to get used to it. All right. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's get to it.
What was supposed to be an adventure of a lifetime for Craig Manders ended in tragedy when his wife Lisa was killed by a hippo while the couple was on a safari in Zambia. Manders' attorney says the New Jersey grandfather watched the entire ordeal unfold.
You can
Wow.
imagine the drama and the trauma of having a loved one be essentially picked up in the mouth of a 4,000-pound animal shaken around and crushed to death. And that's what he saw. And it's just agonizing to comprehend.
Manders now suing the Connecticut-based tour operator, which organized a 10-day safari in the southern African nation last year, alleging the company failed to warn them of the dangers hippos pose. In a lawsuit filed in Stamford Superior Court, Manders says the couple was led to a riverbank where a lone hippopotamus was resting in the water. in the water. The guides, including at least one armed with a rifle, then left 70-year-old Lisa and others to observe the hippo without any protection.
They did exactly what they were supposed to do, had no idea, had no comprehension of the degree of danger they faced.
Hippos are among the most dangerous animals on Earth, reaching speeds upward of 20 miles per hour despite their size.
From the time the hippo was partially submerged to the time it had Lisa Manders in its mouth, with almost immediately fatal bite.
In a statement, the tour company African Portfolio writing, all safety measures had been implemented both before and during the incident, and repeated verbal warnings for the guests to return to the safety of the vehicle were issued during the incident. Animal attacks like this are not unheard of when man comes into close contact with the wild. Just last year, a 79-year-old Minnesota woman was killed by a charging elephant during a safari, also in Zambia. And in the Serengeti, a cheetah getting far too close for comfort in the back of this tourist's Land Cruiser. He was lucky and made it out unscathed.
You want to feed the giraffe?
But this toddler at a wildlife center in Texas got way more than she bargained for when a giraffe picked her up as she was trying to feed it. Fortunately, she wasn't hurt either. But now, Manders' attorney is hoping to get justice for a death he says was entirely preventable.
What is your client seeking?
There needs to be awareness. When selecting safari guides, you need to pick people who take these kinds of issues seriously.
Marquise Francis joins us now in studio. So, Marquise, just to be clear here, the lawyer is saying the couple never got a warning that this hippo could be dangerous, could possibly kill them.
Right. The couple is saying, the husband is saying that they followed everything that the tour guide was telling them to do. They were allowed to go up and take photos of the hippo. It's just when the tour guides turned around, that's when the hippo charged. And so they were following directions, and this tragedy unfolded.
And I know you have some more reporting about this trip and how it came together for this couple.
Sad,
So
sad.
the couple had been saving up for a while. We know, according to the African Portfolio website, these safaris can cost anywhere from $7,500 to $20,000. And so even though we're not exactly sure how much this one cost, they've been saving it up for a while, and it was celebrating a special anniversary.
Marquise Francis, great to have you on Top Story tonight. We thank you.
Thanks.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Between $7,000 and $20,000 to go on a safari. Nope. Not me. I would go and watch one of them Disney movies that with Lion King or something like that. And if I really want to see one of the animals, I'll see the real Lion King one where, they have the CGI where it looks really good. That's what I'll see. Or the new one, Mufasa, I believe it is. I'm not going there. Or I could spend $1,000 and get, what's that virtual reality thing? The Oculus, I believe it's called. I would get that, and through virtual reality, I'll go to the Serengeti. There's no way. I don't want to be around no big, gigantic hippo that can crush me in a matter of seconds and just bring me down in the water. That's not happening. No. But, people got to start to understand. In America, you are safe to a point, but you're safer. Once you in a safari, animal don't know you. Animal's not going to say, oh, hello, New Jersey woman. Hello, New Jersey man. I'm not going to eat you or bite the living daylights out. They would just take your life and that's it and go about their business because it's a wild animal. Like, no. Me, I would have been near that tour guide with that gun if I ever do something like that. And I wouldn't, because I'm really not that type of adventurous person. But there's no way I would put myself in that situation. No. It's a sad story. Very, very sad. Very sad. To work so hard to save up, to, you there, with your wife, and you see your wife just get crushed by a hippo. Oh man, I would be distraught. I don't know. I don't know how I would be able to even live. To know that in my mind, the last time I saw my wife was her getting crushed in a hippo, not me. Oh, no, 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 no. I can't. I cannot do it. Cannot do it. But I want to hear from what you guys have to say about this. This is a sad situation. My condolences go out to the family in New Jersey. As you know, I'm in New York. New Jersey is, right next to me. So my condolences goes out to the family, and my prayers, I will be praying for the husband, and hopefully he can get some justice. But let me hear what you guys have to say about this one. All right, let's get to some of the comments. All right. Yeah, you're right, Kenyatta. Animals are not your friend. No. The only time animals can be your friend is if you train them to be your friend. A wild dog will bite the hell out of you. A wild cat will scratch the living daylights of you and try to bite you too. No. All right. Yeah. I'm the biggest chicken on the planet. No scuba diving, safaris, hang gliding, or even swimming. I hear that. I hear that. Now, swimming, I need to. I can swim for my life, but I really need to get back and learn how to swim. In New York City, they have programs where they can help you learn how to swim. So I don't blame you. I do not blame you. I do not blame you. Okay, I do not blame you. Okay. Oh, well, yes. Do I like grilled cheese? Yeah, I do. I definitely like grilled cheese. Um, for me, I I haven't made a grilled cheese in a while, and the only reason why I haven't made a grilled cheese in a while, I used to make it with American cheese, but then I stopped making with American cheese, and then I started making it with pepper jack cheese and Munster cheese. Very, very good. Very, very good. Okay. All right. Kai, that's she said you don't even feel sorry for these fools. But okay, now I agree with that though. I see a big hippo, and it's a wild animal. It's in the water, minding its own business, and I'm gonna go and touch the hippo, thinking that the hippo is gonna allow me to disturb it from its situation. No, no, that's not happening. Not me. Oh no, and you're right. There are some weirdos out there. It's just ridiculous. Okay, and say awareness. You're not supposed to be out there with those animals. Facts, facts. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to be out there at all. At all. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's why you got to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. I don't understand. I do not understand why some people love to go on these you know safari adventures and stuff like that. No, you saw the video where the cheetah was in the video. No, in the vehicle. Oh, you know what a cheetah can do to you? A cheetah can drag you out that vehicle, grab you by your neck, end you right there, and eat you. And it's nothing that anybody could do about it. They can probably shoot the cheetah, but it'll be too late. You'll be leaking in the safari. Not me. No, 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 not me. I don't even, when I go, and I haven't gone to Six Flags in a while, this is about 2 years. When in New Jersey, they have Six Flags Great Adventure, they have 3 parts. They have, I believe it's the water park. I think it's called Hurricane Harbor, something like that. And then they have the safari part where the animals are. I've never been there in my life. Never. Even when they were giving away free tickets, I said, here, somebody else can have it. They gave me a free ticket one time. I was one of the lucky, I guess one of the lucky 100 people that they were giving tickets to the safari. I told them, you can give it to somebody somebody else. I'm not gonna be in a dang on vehicle where it's driving slow and a wild animal can come and charge me. Hell no, not me. You must be out of your mind. Must be out of your mind. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't trust animals that don't have a personality, like a snake or a lizard. People really think these animals love them. I'm staying in the cold Midwest away from snakes and gators, red ant. Listen, I. It's funny that you mentioned snakes. So I used to, as a bus driver many, many moons ago, I was, transporting like seniors and people with disabilities called Assessor Ride in New York City. And one day, a person came on with a snake, and the snake was coiled on his hand. I said, "Is that a real snake?" They said, "Yes." I said, "Okay." I didn't know why he had the snake. So I said, "Oh, is that like a pet and you have it for a reason?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Snakes, he said, because I suffer from seizures, whenever I'm going to have a seizure or about to have a seizure, snakes can tell that you're going to have a seizure and they start to coil up and squeeze wherever they are, squeeze the arm and stuff." So I said, "Oh." So I said, "How many times do you may suffer from seizure?" He said, "Maybe one every couple of days." So right before, and the snake would tighten up like maybe a few minutes before the seizure is coming on, so that they'll know and they'll be able to sit down. He also taught me something that I didn't know. He said, "You want to know why some pirates had birds or parrots and stuff?" He said, "Because birds can tell when humans are about to have seizures and they'll tap the neck. And that would tell that person to sit, that would be a notification to sit down." So these animals, these animals are service animals, as they call it. They have their special abilities that really help human beings. So it's very, very good. It's something that I didn't know, but I learned a lot from that bus ride. It was very, very good. Yeah, yes, Kai. It's amazing how you would know how some animals can be serving. Just like how you have dogs help blind people. Okay, you have animals that are very, very good. Okay, okay. So who interviews this snake about his psychic abilities? Well, I mean, it was just a small snake. It wasn't a big boa constrictor like you see some people with a big gigantic snake. No, it was just like a garden snake or something like that. But the guy had it as a pet. But I wonder if like the snakes have to apply to the job and say, "Okay, I'll do a better job. I won't bite his neck or her neck or something like that." That is fine with my older black woman intuition. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. My my great aunt used to do this. Used to do this with her eye when like you're telling fibs or something like that. She'll be like, "Oh, I see you. I see that you're lying," and stuff like that. But yeah, intuition. We all have it. We all have it. But that's good. Yes, please stick with that for real. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's that's crazy. I totally agree with you. And you gotta love that as well. Gotta love it. And always share your intuition with people, because if you feel that something is happening or something or might happen, tell it. Don't keep it to yourself, because you can possibly save someone's life and just really, really help them out. And it's really, I really appreciate that you have that intuition. And all of us do, like I said, but it's best to make sure you share it with people. Very, very good, very, very good. So what I'm gonna do is, if you guys have any articles, because we can start the viewer takeover portion of our show. If you guys have any articles that you would like for me to review real quick, I can review them. I know if Grand Miss was here, I know it would send me a lot. Grand Miss has sent me a few, and I'll quickly pull up one on behalf of Grand Miss, and let me get to something that he sent me, which I felt was Very, very interesting. It was about illegal immigrants getting driver's license, but I said, okay, I will pull that article up for him. I really appreciate all you guys. If you guys join, please like the video or like the stream. Really appreciate it. You guys are very, very important to me. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so let's see. How am I going to do it? Let's see. All right, let me do it this way. Let's see if it looks better here. Yeah, this might look better. And let me just try to pull it up here so it could be more, you guys can see it. And let me, okay. So on this article here, let me make a banner real quick so that you guys, okay. Let me just do this real quick. Shout out to Grand Misk for sending me this article. And as I said, if you guys have any articles, you can send it to me. All right. All right, let me just get a drink real quick. How are you guys enjoying the stream so far? Really appreciate you guys for joining. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. So about to start it. Shout out to Grand Misk for sending me this article. Really appreciate him. New York isn't alone when it comes to granting driver's licenses to immigrants without legal status. While U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced legal action Wednesday against New York officials over a 2019 state law allowing immigrants to obtain state-issued driver's licenses regardless of legal status, the Empire State isn't alone in having such a mandate on the books. At least 19 states and the District of Columbia have enacted similar laws, according to the National Conference of State Legislators. They're often called green light or drive-only license laws, and some have been in effect for decades. Didn't know that. The details of these laws can differ by state, including whether a driver's information can be shared with federal authorities, a key sticking point for Bondi, who called New York's law a green light to illegal immigration. Here's what you need to know about these special licenses. Why is this an issue now? As part of President Donald Trump's hardline immigration campaign promises, Bondi announced at her first news conference the federal government planned to sue New York Attorney General Letitia James and Governor Kathy Hochul over the state's green light law. While the legislation was enacted in part to help improve public safety on the roads and make it easier for the immigrant drivers to get insurance, there's a provision Bondi said requires the state's motor vehicle commissioner to inform license holders when a federal immigration agency has requested their information. It's tipping off an illegal alien and it's unconstitutional, she said. And that's why we filed this lawsuit. Which states have these laws? Besides New York, other states with drive-only laws include California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington, which has the oldest one. It dates back to 1993 and allows people without Social Security numbers to provide alternative documentation to show proof of residence, such as a utility bill or a tax identification number. Minnesota has one of the most recent laws. In 2023, requirements for applicants to show a legal presence were removed, affecting an estimated 81,000 people. While they are not asked for proof of U.S. citizenship or permanent resident status. Applicants must provide identifying documents such as an unexpired foreign passport or certified birth certificate issued by a foreign jurisdiction. Under the state law, Minnesota Department of Public Safety officials do not submit the names of personal information of applicants to any immigration law enforcement, which that's what they need to do. Okay. Are these like regular driver's license? No. While the driver-only license holders are typically tested on whether they understand the rules of the road, their license can't be used for federal and sometimes state identification purposes or to vote. In Connecticut, for example, the State Department of Motor Vehicles makes it clear on its website the license are only to be used for driving purposes and registering a motor vehicle. Why don't some conservatives like them? Some conservatives have argued that drive-only licenses will encourage illegal immigration, while others question whether they could lead to voter fraud in some states. Former Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker, a Republican, vetoed a bill in 2022 that allowed immigrants without legal status to obtain a state driver's license because it requires the registry of motor vehicles to issue state credentials to people without the ability to verify their identity. Consequently, a state Massachusetts driver's license will no longer confirm that a person is who they say they are, he added in a letter to lawmakers. The legislature overrode Baker's veto. Later that year, in the midterm election, voters agreed to uphold the measure in a statewide ballot measure. Personally, in my opinion, I'm okay with them having licenses if they pass the test. If they had a license in their country and they took the road test and they show that they can drive, give them a license, because that would allow them to be able to work, and also they can get insurance on whatever car that they register, and they can be able to pay more into the system. But you have immigrants. See, this is what I think. A lot of illegal immigrants who are criminals don't have a license. Don't have a license. If they already doing crime, what makes you think they gonna go through the system to get a license? Like, I don't think they really think these things through. The people who are gonna go and try to go through that system to get a license are the people who 9 times out of 10 are law-abiding, or who wants to be law-abiding citizens. That's why they're going through that process to get their license. A criminal, you have American criminals who are driving around without a license, who are driving dirty, don't have a license, don't have insurance on the car. So, like, sometimes, conservatives, I don't think that they really think a lot of this stuff through. If these people want to put their names in the system, yes, I do feel that ICE should be able, or federal authorities should be able to have access to all the databases so that we know who they are. Okay, that I definitely agree with that. That's one thing that I agree with. But to just try to deny them getting licenses, period, no, I would not. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I feel that they should be able to get licenses, especially when they're doing the right thing and trying to work, trying to create a business and stuff like that. We see it going on. These are the type of people that I wouldn't mind having in the country. But illegal immigrants who don't want to work, who don't want to do anything, who want to rob, who want to steal, and they want to be able to get food stamps or other safety nets that's for the American people. Oh no, they could kick rocks. They can get deported right back and go back home. That's my opinion, and I'll just stick with that. But tell me how you guys feel about this one. I feel that this was a good article, and like I said, shout out to the subscriber Grand Miss for sending it to me. Really appreciate it. If you guys have any articles that you want to send to me for me to go over on videos, I really appreciate it. I'll bring them up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get to some of the comments and let me see what you guys have to say about this one. Okay. All right. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Kai. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's always a pleasure having you. I really appreciate you. You are one of my day ones. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you so much. I really, really do. I really appreciate it. You guys help me out. You come on. I know it's Valentine's Day, and I'm really appreciative that you're here spending your sweet, wonderful, precious time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Kenyatta. Really appreciate it. Yes. Yes, that's exactly how my car, along with 8 other cars at a red light, and he left. It's crazy, crazy, and they have that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Wow, try going to France again. A license as illegal. It ain't gonna happen. A lot of these countries they don't play that. They don't play that. But you see, the thing about America, and I'm not gonna lie, this is why I love this country. America has certain laws, or different states have certain laws that you would say, wow, that wouldn't go in another state, but it goes in that state, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, I tell people all the time, if there's a World War III, and I'm 39, so if it's a World War III before I'm 44, 45, they're gonna figure out a way to have to send me. And I got my bachelor's degree, so they'll make me an officer. I have no problem fighting for this country, you know, and even with the people that wouldn't serve, I have no problem fighting and just, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. I love this country. America, to my opinion, is one of the best countries in the world. We gotta just do what we gotta do to keep it going and to protect it. Oh yeah, shout out to Grand Miss. I wonder where he is. Hopefully, hopefully he's okay. I'll email him and see if everything's okay with him. Huh? Yeah, oh gosh, yeah, can y'all? I was. It's funny. It's sad that you mentioned this, but I was actually going to ask you about this since you're from Detroit. He says here, so they still haven't fixed Flint's water, and we tracking down and fighting about illegals, and they millions they are getting. What is going on with the water system there? Are they working on the pipes? Are they changing the pipes? Like, what is seriously going on? I haven't heard anything about Flint's water situation in a long time. You know, it has not been in the news. But you know, please inform us on what's going on since you're there in Detroit. Please inform us. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Detroit. Hopefully, one day I can be able to go. I can be able to visit there. And if I can visit there, and if you can show me around, I greatly appreciate it. You know, yeah, it's. I wonder what's going on with Grand Miss. So hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay. It's sad that they haven't fixed the water situation. That is sad. Sad. This has been going on since Obama was president. It's just ridiculous. It really really is. It really really is. It's very very sad, and I hope that they're really getting it together. I always tell people I have no problem paying my taxes, especially federal taxes, knowing that situations like that, like what happened in Flint, is being fixed and situated in the right way. It's just it's just crazy. Wow. It costs 1.5 billion to fix the same amount Kamala got for her campaign. It's crazy. That's crazy. So why isn't the federal government, or why is the city of Flint like maybe trying to see if they can get like some sort of grant from the federal government or something like that? Like it's just doesn't. It's a sad situation. It really is sad. My heart breaks to hear a situation like that, and I'm still having to boil the water and stuff. I can't live like that. Mm-mm-mm. Like in New York City, like New York, in my opinion, has the best water, the top water in America, in my opinion. And I if especially in the wintertime when it's real cold, if you run that cold water for about 10, 30, maybe I say 15 to 30 seconds, you can really drink the water. I mean, it comes out clear. It does still have some particles in it, but not as much particles as, from what I heard, the water in Flint has. It's sad. It's really it is sad. Yeah, it's shocking. Kai, for real, it's shocking. And it's also that's why it's a poor city and they don't care. And it's sad, 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 sad. I Nobody deserves to have to live like that. Nobody deserves to have to live like that. Do you live in Flint, Kenyatta, or you live in Detroit? How far is Flint from Detroit? Yeah, 'cause I use a filter. I use a filter. I have a zero water bottle, so I have about I have one filter hooked up to it, and I have 3 more filters in my cabinet. So I do use a filter. That's mainly what I drink. I don't really drink tap water like that. Only time I drink water without a filter is when, like, let's say I'm at the airport or maybe a doctor office or something. But no, they have the water, that jug and stuff like that. And at the airport, they have the water fountains, and I'll drink water from that. But I have a filter at home, and I feel that everyone should have a filter. Please filter your water because you never know what particles. Like this water right here, this is filtered water with lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. Oh yeah, very very good. Apple cider vinegar is good for you. If you guys don't use, I use Bragg's. Um, I I I like it. I don't put a lot in it. I just put a little bit and some lemon juice and stuff like that. And it's good for you because if you suffer from any type of heartburn, if you guys, this is a trick that I learned from people, Caribbean people. Take some vinegar and just sip it. You have heartburn, clear it all out. That's why I noticed that, like, when I used to eat escovitch fish, or my mom would make escovitch fish. Anytime I would have escovitch fish with rice, okra, and turned cornmeal. Oh my goodness, miss those days. I might ask my mom when she retire. I might ask my mom. I'll probably buy some fish and see if she fry. I can fry fish myself, but and nothing like when your grandmother used to fry the fish or mom will fry the fish. I love Jamaican food, so having that be able to it will help you with heartburn and stuff like that. I just want to just want to say that. Wow. Okay, wow. But Detroit has the cleanest water system in the U.S. Flint wanted to save money and disconnected from Detroit, and the mayor Kilpatrick at the time warned them not to do it and to save it. What? What? So that's what happened? Wow. Wow. I did not know that. I did not know that. That's so that they were connected to Detroit's water system. And shout out to Detroit. They have the cleanest water system in the US. That's excellent. So they disconnected to save a few shillings. Oh, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. That is crazy. You said that's the only good thing Mayor Kilpatrick did. Is he still in prison? No, no, actually, no. I believe he was pardoned by Trump, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? As you're in Detroit now, but born and raised in Ohio. Okay, shout out to Ohio. Shout out to the Browns. Okay, yeah, that's Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland and the Bengals. All right. Oh yeah, who they? Who they? Who they think they're going to beat those Bengals? Who they? Yeah. Shout out to those. Shout out to those two teams. Which of those two teams do you like, Kenyatta? And my uncle is the mayor, and 3 of my cousins are. That's crazy. Wow. You have you have politicians in your family. That's amazing. I actually ran for city councilman. I don't know if I told you guys. I ran for city councilman in 2013. I was 27 at the time. I ran for city councilman of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy and Crown Heights. Oh my goodness, that was a time indeed. Oh, I always wanted to get into politics. Who knows what might happen? I probably could get in politics. You know. Yes, Grand Miss going to get. Oh yes, for real, right? Grand Miss, you're missed, brother. You're missed. All right. Yeah, yes, you're right, Kenyatta. Yes, Trump pardoned Kwame. Yep, he's out now doing shows and everything. Oh yeah. Well, I hope so. I hope that he's faithful for whoever he's with. I hope so. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is married. I heard about that. He's married. Yeah. Oh yeah, Ohio is home of the funk music. Uh, is uh, is it Canton, Ohio, where the I'm trying to figure out what I'm not sure which Hall of Fame is in Canton. I'm not sure. Please put me on. Yeah. Okay. All right. The Browns. Okay. All right. Do you think they're going to do something this year? I know. I think they got. Do they have the second pick? If I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. I believe they have the second pick. I'm not sure. I just hope the Giants do something good. All right. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. Kane is rock and roll. Okay, excellent, excellent, nice, nice. Kai, Kai. Uh, Roger and Zap. Yep. Oh yeah. Canton rock and roll. Yes. Nice. There's no America is a wonderful country. It's like sometimes you can go to different states and it's like going into another country. It's an amazing thing to be able to drive through certain states or even just fly through and you see certain things and see how people are. And you be like, wow, like people totally different than from New York. Like sometimes people can be nicer. I've been to I've been I flew into Las Vegas. It was hot. I I drove through I drove from Georgia to Chicago one time and it was nice. I went through Tennessee and a couple other states. It was nice. I stopped and checked out different stores and stuff. Of course, I went to Indiana because Indiana is real close in where my daughter lives in Illinois and stuff. And it's good. It's good. It's always good to be able to travel and just to see things around. Yeah. Wow, you got to see Roger in concert literally a few weeks before he passed. That's excellent. That's excellent. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And it's good to be able to see people that artists that you like. I I'm trying to figure out who did I see at a concert. It was a while ago. Many. I think it was like 6, 7 years ago. No, 2019. So that's 6 years ago. I forgot who I saw. I think it was a rapper or something like that. I forgot. Okay, but it's good. Always, guys, you always got to go out and always enjoy yourself. We only live once. All right. Enjoy yourself, be able to have fun, you know, hang out with your family, take your family out, do things, but just be safe out there because there's a lot of crazy people out there. Just be safe. It's really, really good. Wow. You said that, okay, you said, yeah, he was one of my favorites. That's excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, my uncle and aunt were friends with his family. His death was so devastating. Wow, wow, wow. My condolences for real. Okay. Who is my favorite reggae artist? Bob Marley. His son, I believe Ziggy, that's his name. He's good too. He's good too. But Bob Marley, that's my favorite. Some of the songs that he has sung, Redemption, I Shot the Sheriff, Three Little Birds, has got me through a lot. It made me connect to my roots. Okay, and I am fortunate to have, of course, my parents are from the Caribbean, so being able to experience these songs has really allowed me to feel much better about myself and my roots. I feel that everybody needs to say, uh, everybody needs to be connected to wherever their ancestors have come from. Okay, yes, a lot of people would say that, oh, just connect to Africa, but we may have family who were connected to the Caribbean, and that can be where your ancestors from many, many generations were from. All right, because we were all over the world, so that's that's something that I look at. I don't really listen to a lot of the newer ones. I have to get into the times and stuff. But what's the other guy? I believe Sean Paul. When I used to go to parties and stuff, I believe that's his name. I listened to him. Shaggy, yeah, but Bob Marley is my favorite. Really, really is. Really, really is. It's sad for him to have passed away at such a young age. At such a young age. I'm older than him when he passed away now. I'm 39. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he passed away at 38 or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, if you guys can help me out, please do. I really appreciate it. But it's sad that I believe he passed away from melanoma or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So please, guys, you guys got to make sure you go to the doctor. I go to the doctor every 6 months, at least a year. Every year I do my annual checkup, but got to definitely go to the doctor, make sure that you guys are right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Damian Marley. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Old school reggae from your parents' time. Yep. It was. It was deep, and it always had a message. Always had a message, like it was giving you the energy to be willing to fight for your rights, stand up, get up, stand up for your rights. Because if you don't stand up for your rights, who's going to stand up for you? They're going to take it away. The one thing that I always try to tell people, if you don't stand up for what you believe in and stand up for your rights, they will take it away. They will take it away. The book 1984 tells you that. Okay, they will take away your rights, and you'll be like, "Oh, I used to be able to do that, not anymore." So no, you got to be very, very careful, very, very careful. Oh yes, oh yeah, they give a lot with my favorite genre of rap. I love the 80s and 90s rap. Oh yeah, 80s and 90s rap was very, very good, very, very good. For me, I'm in New York, so Biggie, Tupac for me. But it has some very, even Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, yeah, a lot of them made me really, really feel good to know that we have a lot of these people. Oh yeah, time period of music was amazing, really, really was. Really was. How you say you avoid the doctors like the plague? I hear that. I hear that. Just I would say, as long as you know that you're taking care of yourself, especially with home remedies and stuff, and you're good, you know, you know. Well, okay, so my father, he passed away, wow, 2010, 2011. But yeah, he used to speak Patois. My mom, she can speak Patois. When she gets real angry, she'll switch it. It's just like my grandma. It's always in them. Okay, so they'll switch it when they get angry. So when they switch to Patois, they're angry. Okay, because they speak in what they call standard English, and but when they get angry, yes. But I can understand it to a point. Like when I go to Jamaica and I'm listening to them, I can understand some things what they're saying, but if it's that hard patois, like they never took any lessons in standard English. Nope, I could probably understand maybe 5 words out of like 20 that they say. So I'll just be listening real carefully, and they'll be like, okay, or I'll tell my family, hey, what did they say? All right. So I don't say anything. When I'm in Jamaica and let's say I'm in a market with family, I don't say nothing because they hear the accent and they'll say, oh, Yankee boy. So they'll think that they can be slick and raise up the prices. I've seen it happen where a guy was from Great Britain and he asked about some sweet potatoes because he wanted to make some soup because that's what my family was going to make. And I know I heard the lady say it was 300 Jamaican dollars a pound to one of the other Jamaican people, right? But when he asked for it, magically the price increased to 700 Jamaican dollars a pound. And I was like, this lady right here, I didn't say anything. And when he bought it, and when my cousin went to buy the stuff, sold it to him for 300. And I wanted to say like, hey, it was wrong, but when we left and I told him about it and what happened in the market, he said, Akil, this is why I didn't want you to say anything, because they would hear your accent and they know you're not from here, of course, so they'll try to rob you. But of course, for me, I know how much Jamaican sweet potato is in America. Average is about $2, maybe $3 a pound. So if you're telling me, if I can do the conversion quickly, it's usually about one US dollar to 150 Jamaican dollars. So if you're saying 300 a pound, okay, cool. Even if they said 450 a pound, I'm like, all right, cool, I'll buy it. I have no problem with that. But 700? Come on, get out of here with that. I don't got time for that. No, 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 no. That's why I go around with locals. I do not play that. Nope, nope, nope. Oh yeah. So yeah, I do understand it a little bit. Now, let me see. What can I say in Patois? Let me see. Oh God. I have to learn how to speak it much better when I go down there. Say like wagwan, or let's see. They say blessings when they when they greeting you and stuff like that. So let me see, how can I say this? Wagwan brethren, stuff like that. So I'll say little things like that. I would know how to speak and stuff like that. So I can understand it, but speaking it, I have to really go down there more and really understand it. They do have, and thank God for Google, they do have patois to English, so, or English to patois. So you can put it up. You know what? Let me do it now, real quick. Let me pull it up so that we can do a little testing. Okay. Let me see. Let me just make sure. Okay, PO. Let me do this. To English. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let me see if this is the website right here. Okay. So I'm gonna share this with you guys, and we can do it. All right. So let's say if you want to say hello, how are you doing? Let's see. Let's see how it translates. See, hello, how you are? So you have to be. So it's very. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me make sure that I. Okay, good. Just want to make sure that you guys can see it. So you have something. So I can, just certain words that I can tell just by listening to it. I understand. All right, like hello. So that's what they say, and you got to speak hard with it too. So hello, how you order? I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm like, oh, you're Yankee. I'm like, yeah, I'm from America. I'm like, oh, okay, 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 okay. So you have to. It's funny because this is their language. So I love the Jamaican people. I'm part Jamaican, so I have to learn how to. I can translate it in my head, and then I can speak standard English to them, and they could understand me a little bit. But when you're speaking to somebody who's hardcore, I'll pull up this right here and I'll say something. I look at him like, okay, I'll see it. But don't don't go down there and trying this and thinking that you're gonna be able to have a full-blown conversation, because they're gonna start speaking and be like, what do you mean? Mm-mm, mm-mm. So no, you got to be very, very careful out there. But it's good. It's good. So let's say if they ask, where are you from? Let's see how they say. Okay. Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? See, that's what they say. So see, it's amazing. Their language is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love the culture. I love the people. I love the food. The food is amazing. Okay, seasoning is amazing. They really know what they're doing, and it's very good to be able to understand. And like I said, shout out to Google, shout out to a lot of these websites where you can be able to translate a lot of the different languages that people in the diaspora speak. And patois is spoken all over. All right. Now you do have different countries, they may not speak patois often. Okay, so like let's say Guyana, they'll probably speak more standard English and stuff like that. Barbados, maybe a little more standard English, but all across the Caribbean, they are teaching their students standard English and teaching them patois. Okay, and so it's very, very good for you to respect their language and to know, how things going. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. They'll rob you in Africa too. Certain parts of Africa, yeah. They'll try that. So my grandmother used to say that Gula language from South Carolina comes from the. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, people don't understand that we are all connected. The Caribbean and everything, we're connected. We're connected more than we're connected to people in Africa, because I've seen, when I went to Jamaica, my first time going to Jamaica, I saw so many Jamaican people that never been to America, that family never been to America, that look like people in America. And I said to myself, we are connected. We have a deeper connection than people in Africa. That's my opinion. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I do understand patois. I do. Like I said, I can speak it a little bit. If I translate it, I can speak it. I can definitely speak it, but I have to definitely inform myself more, because as I love to go to the country, I definitely have to do it. So yeah, I'm Jamaican. I'm more Jamaican than I'm Trinidadian. I would say that. But I think that, like, when I go down there and sometimes I try to speak patois, they'll say that, oh, you sound more Trini than you Jamaican. But it's crazy because I feel I'm more Jamaican than I'm Trinity. I've never been to Trinidad, but they say that, oh, the way I speak it is more of a Trini accent. Okay, well, okay, like it is what it is. Yes, it is crazy. It is crazy. But yeah, this is how it is and everything. I'm glad that you asked that question. Thank you for asking it. Thank you, P65, for asking it as well. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Well, guys, I am going to cut this live a little short tonight. This was amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. Really appreciate each and every one of you. I know that you guys could have been anywhere, but you spent tonight with me. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for the support that you constantly give me. I really appreciate it. Please, guys, make sure you hug your family. It's a lot of craziness that's going on out here. Make sure you tell your family that you love them and you care about them. There's so much craziness going on. Please do that. Please. Be safe out here, guys. I really care about you. Next week, I may do a live on Thursday. Friday, I'm going to go visit my daughter, and she already told me that she wants to have so much fun. So I may not be doing a live next week, Friday. If anything, I'll do it on Thursday, if anything. So I'll, guys, let you know that by Wednesday whether or not I'm going to be doing a live. So if not, you may not see me next week. You'll see me the following week. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining. Please like the stream before you leave. Really appreciate that. Guys, be safe. Have a wonderful night. Happy Valentine's Day for everybody who celebrates it. If you don't celebrate it is what it is. Just want to say that. Take care. Be safe. Love each and every one of you. Yes, Kyrie. Yes, the live was excellent. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Thank you for everybody for joining. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Till next time, guys, be safe. Have a wonderful night. Peace.